Hi, everyone. I am here with McKenzie, and this is a very special interview. All of them are special because I have a special connection with all these women, but this is one of the first cohorts that I did with Rebecca, and McKenzie was part of my call night group. She was assigned to me. And so, like she just said, when we got on our call, it feels like a flashback. So we're going to just dive in here and answer some questions. I really want to hone down on McKenzie's business, how it started, where she's at now, so you can see how things like your online business can develop. How are you, McKenzie?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Okay, we'll get started. So you were a virtual assistant before taking the Laptop Freedom Program, correct?
Yeah, I started in September and I didn't join till the winter cohort in January. But Rebecca was literally with me the whole time, which is why, like, out of every single coaching program I could have been in, I joined the Wanderlust. And then
Yeah,
the Laptop Freedom Program.
she's so supportive. It's great.
Wow.
So what made you decide to start on your own in September and then join a program later?
To be honest, I was probably a little cocky at the very beginning, just because I had been in like the marketing department for over 2 years before. So I was like, oh, this is easy. I know business pretty well. I know what skills I'm good at, so I'll just get started. And it was so rough. Like I had maybe like one-time clients every once in a while. So I was only making like $100, $200 a month, which isn't enough to live off of. And then I saw everyone in like her program, the Laptop Freedom Program, really excelling and really getting to grow their business. And so I was like, maybe I need to like take a step back, not be so cocky and arrogant that I'm like, I know what I'm doing, because it is a whole nother space when you move to online rather than being in an actual business. So I decided to take the leap and invest in myself, which is always a good thing to do because you never know what you're going to learn.
Yeah, that's beautiful that you said that. It's okay that you started that way because you
Right.
learned, we talk about this in the program. I think you and I
Yeah.
talked about this multiple times on our calls. You learned so much from that experience though, starting that
Yeah.
way. Yeah, it was rocky, but you learned that there wasn't client consistency. Business was different from your 9 to 5. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
being an employee and then going to owning your own business plus taking it online, that is a lot because
Yeah.
we in this industry, we cut out corporate America, the idea behind,
Mm-hmm.
working 24/7 and all of those things. So it's a lot. It's a lot to learn and it's a lot to do. So
Yeah.
Rebecca was with you every step of the way. You joined, and how did that just joining make a difference within the first couple months compared to starting your business?
Yeah, so when I first started, I had all like the general setup ready to go, but I didn't realize like how many other components there are when it comes to like building a business. So when I went through it, I was just gonna skip like the general setup of the course and just kind of jump right into it. But I was like, no, like I might as well start from the very beginning, see what I missed. And I missed a lot when it came to setting my business, such as like having just like that back end part of your business set up. So when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to like the different payment plans you can have, really getting to connect with your clients, figuring out how you want to do either DMs, cold calls, or whatever it is you want to do to bring in those clients. So that really helped with like the very start of my business. And then I was able to see like that momentum start once I really took a step back and kind of started over. And then also just being a part of a group of girls who are just the same, at the same point that I am, was really helpful as well. And then we all got to grow together. So I got to see their adventure and mine, and they asked questions that I didn't even think of asking. That really helped me too. So just being a part of a whole group and growing together was extremely helpful and really made me like open my eyes to like different opportunities and different things that I can include in my business that I probably wouldn't have thought of my own.
Yeah, that's really powerful. That's a really good point that you made. You can't think of everything by yourself. You
Right.
might in the future, like, 5 months
Yeah.
from the program, you might be like, oh, I should have asked them that question. But at least then
Yep.
those women brought up other talking points, other things and different perspectives. That's one thing that I love about the program is there's so many different perspectives, but yet you're all on the same journey. And it
Right.
creates this amazing opportunity to learn and adjust and give you ideas, but you're not copying anybody at the same time. It's
Right. Exactly.
really unique and beautiful.
Yeah. I think out of all the women that were in the group too, none of us shared like the same characteristics or passions or anything like
Yeah.
that. Like we were all so different. So it made it really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that that was really cool though, too, at the same time, because you develop such great friendships. Are you in touch with anybody still from your cohort?
Yeah, I still talk to Lexi and Katie. And then Lexi's having a great time in Costa Rica, but she says that it's super hot. So she has to wear her hair up all the time because it's too humid. But she's been doing really well. And then so has Katie, I believe.
Good. That's exciting. Yeah, I actually reached out to Lexi and Katie both for one of these. So
Okay,
that'll
cool.
be really fun.
Yeah.
So you also are planning to move. Has your
Yeah.
entrepreneur journey made it possible for you to take the leap to move to a different state here in the United States?
Yeah, it has. I haven't taken the leap yet because now I'm kind of looking at different places rather because I was going to move to Colorado. And then I looked at Colorado. It is so expensive and I don't want to be working a ton because it's kind of ridiculous how much it is out there right now.
It's insane. It's
Yeah,
insane how expensive it is.
exactly. And I don't want to be spending half of what I'm doing on my rent. So I've actually been looking at Indianapolis. But now like no apartments are available till November. So I might just wait till after the holidays to
Yeah,
take just so I don't have to keep going back and forth when it's like Christmas, Thanksgiving time. So I can
that's
just
really cool though.
a little
That
bit
you,
longer.
I mean, look at this career has made you able to be like, oh, I might move to Colorado or I might move to
Yeah,
Indianapolis. Like there's a whole 50 states that you could go to Costa Rica with Lexi. You'll
I
have to go
could.
visit.
Yes, I will definitely visit. I don't know if I'd be able to live there for a year. It's way too hot.
Yeah, I
So, like,
don't know. With being, because we're both in the Midwest, you and I,
yeah,
and we like our four seasons. Like there's something
I
about
do.
Midwesterners, like we
Yeah,
can't live in one place that has the same one because then you miss out on all the other ones.
I know, exactly. Yep, no, I like my four seasons. I don't like it when it's super cold, but I still love the snow. So I
Yeah,
definitely miss that.
it's peaceful at the beginning and then it
Yeah.
just always lasts too long.
Then it gets worse.
So, what has your business grown into? Because I know that you've been shifting and doing different things. So why don't you tell us all about that?
Yeah, so I've kind of taken it like three different routes. So I have my virtual assistant business still, which I just advertise as a content creator. So I just do copy and graphics for like social media, email marketing, blogging, and all that good stuff. And now I mainly work with coaches and consultants because that's just really I didn't pick a niche when I started my business. It kind of just ended up going that way, which is fine. I absolutely love it. So I was able to work with a bunch of businesses, which is super helpful. And I'm like, oh, now I know what I love, what I don't love. So I'm still working with a few of my clients. I think I have 5 clients right now still. And then 3 of them are just one-time project clients. So like they just come back to me every month with something new that they need help with. And then I am also starting my coaching business. So I'm releasing that in October. So I have my coaching program pretty much all set up and it's called Back It Up, which I've actually not released the name yet. So this is the first time I'm actually saying
Little
it.
spoiler alert.
A little bit, yeah. But it's called Back It Up. So it's building the back end of your business. So choosing systems that you want. And then there's also accountability coaching that goes along with it.
Mhm.
So making sure that you're staying accountable within your business, making sure that you are creating systems that you're going to be able to build off of. Because that's the part that I really struggled with when I first started. So I want to help people not make the same mistake I did and back it up so that way they don't have to worry about if they move forward, if they missed anything. So that's where I'm starting my coaching business. And then I have accountability one-on-one coaching as well that I've also started.
That's amazing.
So,
And I love how you took your experience and turned
yeah,
it into, because you know that if you struggled with it, somebody else struggled with it. And
right.
that's really important. And so I do want to touch base though on how you didn't go out looking for a niche. The niche just kind of found you. So why
Yeah.
don't you tell us a little bit more about how that happened?
Okay, so when I first started, I was going to go more for like jewelry boutique, those kind of things when it came to getting a business going, just because the company I worked with before, they sold a bunch of products. So I was like, this will be easy. I can just get into like the product business, which is why I kind of chose like royal colors and like more of like a professional, elegant look to my business design. And then so I started reaching out to a lot of them, but I realized that a lot of them just want like, what is it called? Just ambassadors. within their business. They don't want like virtual
Yeah.
assistant. So they want people to sell their product, but in a different way from what I wanted to do. So I decided to stop going for that one. And then I was like, well, I really want to get into like event planning, those kind of things. So I started going after that niche. And I got maybe 2 clients from that one. But then it just kind of fell off again. So I was like, I'm just going to stop picking a niche because it's stressing me out more than it should. And there's no, like, I have my reading and all that stuff. So like, I'll just advertise that and I'll see who comes to me instead. So that's the route that I took, and I ended up working with a boutique like I had wanted to in the first place. And then I worked with a nonprofit. I know, it was kind of funny. I was like, of course, the first client I get once I stop picking a niche is the one that I originally wanted. So that was kind of funny. And then I joined a subcontracting business as well, and they got me a nonprofit organization, a negotiation coach. And then with my own business as well, I got a coaching and consultant person for performance and well-being. And then I had a few other clients as well that weren't in any necessary niche. So, and now the ones that I have are the coaches that I had originally. So, yeah.
I just love that you've had that variety, because so many, that is something else. People, when they decide that they want to work online, and you probably know this from all of your market research that you're doing with getting into coaching, is they think that it has to be a specific way. And if you aren't doing it, if you aren't getting into a specific niche, or you're not doing it a specific way, or having specific clients, then you're failing. And that's actually not true. You find out so much more about yourself. You find out so much more about what you want to offer, and you refine your process. And it's actually a learning experience rather than looking at it as failing. And I think that that's what stops a lot of people from doing this, is because it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem possible because the fail seems so huge, but really there's so much learning within all of that to make you better, to find out what you want to do and get your creative juices flowing to offer exactly what you want to do.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience for sure, because I didn't think I'd be working with coaches and consultants and doing what I'm doing. So I'm really glad I decided to just kind of let fate or whatever it was, kind of just like let it happen. And it really helped me, and it made it a lot less stressful too, because I wasn't pushing for something to happen.
Right.
So,
and I don't know if you, this is kind of switching gears a little bit, but I do feel this industry is very spiritual in so many ways. Cause like, it teaches you to you have to let your guard down. You have to break down the walls. There's no choice. It's not like at a 9-to-5 where you can put all those up because someone else is paying you regularly. Like, you have to do the inner work.
Right.
And it's funny how, like you said, you were trying to get so specific and it wasn't working. And the moment that you just let that go, everything kind of fell into place. And it's so hard for us to understand that. But I do see that in this industry, that it can be a little woo. It can be a little, it can be spiritual in so many different ways. And I think that's another really great attraction. If you're looking into getting into this online industry, it really refines your inner work and makes you a better person in the end.
The online world is definitely like a trust the process kind of thing. You can't just hope something's going to happen or push it to happen. You kind of just have to trust where it's going to go.
Yeah. And it just creates so much wonderful opportunities on so many different levels. Like, you almost can't even begin to talk about it because we'd be sitting here for a couple of hours. So what would you say to anybody who is on the fence of joining the Wanderlust VA, joining the Laptop Freedom Program, investing in what Rebecca has to offer in this industry? What would you say to them?
Yeah. So if you're on the fence about it, definitely like weigh the pros and cons, because you want to make sure that you're investing in something that you're definitely passionate about. So if the online world is definitely something you see yourself in, then go for it. I was kind of on the fence too. So I just talked to either Rebecca, or you can even talk to Kaylee, and just kind of figure out what they have to offer, maybe if it is the good choice, or maybe if you should wait it out, depending on where you are within like your business, or even if you're still at your 9-to-5. So I ended up talking to Rebecca before I joined the Laptop Freedom Program, because I still wasn't sure if I should join it or not. And she talked to me for an hour and kind of went over everything, and it was super helpful. So definitely if you are on the fence, maybe talk to someone about it, whether it's someone you're close to or the coach you want to invest in, and then really see. But the Laptop Freedom Program is amazing. The reason why I joined it is because they were supportive, even when I wasn't in the coaching business. So I didn't even invest in them yet, and they were already investing in me, which was super helpful and what really made me choose to go into the Laptop Freedom Program.
Yeah, we really we really do care. We really, and like, you know, the online industry, I feel like it's getting to the point where people just don't care. They're seeing everyone as numbers, and that's just not the way of the Laptop Freedom Program. Like, we really care, and we want to create long-lasting friendships. And that's what happens with all the women. Either you create friendships with someone in the program, or you stay connected with everyone. You're able to create friendships and long-lasting community. And that's the whole point, because we want you all to thrive continuously. It's not just a, hey, buy my program and see if you succeed. It's, hey, invest in this program. We can get you to here and beyond with our whole scope of our community.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And even if you're not going into virtual assisting, or if you're going at something along the lines, because I know I started kind of going into the coaching scene right at the very end, and you still helped me like go into that process too.
Yeah, because so you're going to be such a great fit for someone looking, I mean, it's amazing. I love seeing you on Instagram. I love your coffee chats. I think they're so fun. And I think you just hold a lot of valuable information, and anybody who works with you is going to be completely blessed and successful, and it's going to be great. So,
thank you. I am excited to get into that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't wait to see how it goes for you. So that concludes our interview. I really appreciate you being here with me today and sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you, Kaylee. It was nice meeting up again too.
Yes, it was good to see you too.
Yeah.